I'm Al Bacon, and I would like to welcome you to my Let's Fix It Right channel for easy and straightforward solutions for your home improvement, maintenance, and repair needs and projects. And this is my faithful assistant Cody, who will help us get this project right with his dogged determination and helpful project tips. In these two episodes, Cody and I show you how to design, build, and install a wall-mounted stair handrail with mitered connections to the wall. Part 1 addresses designing and building the handrail, and Part 2 shows you how to install it. This was my original roughed-in builder-grade stairwell and handrail leading into my basement. As you come down here to a landing and make a 180-degree turn, there's another short set of stairs into the basement. This is the final result of my wall-mounted handrail with this two-piece mitered connection to the wall. As you can see, its beautiful appearance blends in perfectly with the wall, upper stairs, and stair skirt. This is my first attempt at this project. Most importantly, using my measuring, cutting, and installing techniques in this video, you will be able to achieve similar professional results on your first attempt as well. If you are just starting on this project, it's very important for you to review Part 1 first. For a link to Episode 67 or Part 1, select Show More below. Part 1 covers the following topics: building codes, advantages and disadvantages of the one and two-piece mitered handrail connections with respect to staining and painting, explanations of the two 45-degree angle cuts versus the four 22.5-degree angle cuts for these two mitered wall connections, building and using a jig to improve accuracy, reduce waste, and eliminate rework, nailing and finishing the mitered connections. 1, 2, and the material and tools I use for this project. To review these tools and material, select Show More below and evaluate my recommendations where I have provided links to them. Part 2's new material starts here, where we are capturing the angle between the noses of the stairwell treads so we can mount the handrail parallel to them. This must be done to help identify the point where we drill and screw the handrail mount into the wall. To get an accurate representation of this angle, I'm using the straight edge of a piece of PVC board. We'll simply place this on the noses of the stair tread. We'll then move down here to hold it in place. As you can see, it accurately lays across the stair tread noses and capture this angle here. Okay, so we've moved it up, got the angle, and we're going to use that angle to determine the height of where we're going to screw in the hardware for the first attachment, the handrail. This is the angle that we captured from the stairwell, which represents the angle of incidence between the stair tread noses. I've drawn this line out and extended this angular line up. For demo purposes, I've attached the bracket to a scrap piece of handrail. I then turn the bracket and the handrail to coincide with the handrail angle of incidence. In this case, when you draw a perpendicular line up through the center of the bracket to meet the angle of incidence, this distance is 5 5/8 of an inch. As I showed you earlier, we decided that our handrail should be 36 1/4 of an inch above the nose of the riser, which meets code. 36 1/4 inches minus the 5 5/8 inch bracket distance to the top of the handrail is 30 5/8 of an inch. Or our bracket hole is 30 5/8 of an inch above the stair nose, as shown here. Next, I place two marks on my 48-inch level for the height of the top of the handrail and the bracket hole above the stair tread nose. The 30 5/8 of an inch mark for the bracket hole height is here, and I've marked the 36 1/4 of an inches for the height of the handrail above the stair tread nose here. With this said, we are going to mark these measurements on the stairwell wall at this time. We're in the stairwell with the marked up 48-inch level. This is the 36¼ inch height of the top of the stairwell. And I've also marked that height up here. Our next effort is to find our studs. Using our stud finder, we'll move from right to left. And as you can see, the center of the stud is here. We have another stud at the other end of the stairwell here. In this case, we'll mark the 30 5/8 inch height of the mounting bracket hole for the upper stud here. And we'll mark the same down here on the lower stud connection. And this is where we'll drill our 2 holes for the mounting brackets. I have the 2 backer plates for the handrail brackets here. We'll paint them white later. At this time, we'll temporarily mount our handrail in place so we can determine where to make the cut at the opposite end. Okay, so our first order of business is to drill the 2 holes we've identified. Okay, there's one, and we'll drill the other one down at the opposite end. Okay, so at this time we'll temporarily mount our stair handrail brackets. And those actually aren't the correct screws we're going to use. And also, I'm going to try to get this, use this to estimate the angle of incidence here. We'll get our bubble loose level. Okay, so we're in good shape there as far as being level, and our angle of incidence should be about like so. So you can see. Okay, so that should be pretty close to what we need. And we'll do this up, same thing up above. So at this time, we're ready to check to see how the handrail is going to fit on this configuration. And as you can see, we're looking pretty good. And we'll determine, what we're going to do now is determine how long we want to make the handrail up top and where to make the cut to add our additional end. As you can see, I've temporarily mounted the handrail in place with a clamp that is centered on the bracket below and resting on the bracket up top. The top of the handrail corresponds with our 36¼ inch height here, as well as here on our upper mark, so we're in good shape. This is the end point of the handrail that we just identified. Basically, we're going to make a 22½ degree cut right here, so this will be the total length of the handrail. After making that cut, we'll attach this to the main handrail and finish it like we did with the mitered connection below. With that in mind, let's move forward. So at this time, we're going to make our last 22½ degree cut on our mark. I've applied a generous amount of glue to the surface on our second mitered end. So we're going to nail it in place and finish it exactly like we did the first mitered end piece. One. It's ready for priming and painting. We're in good shape. We've completed sanding and finishing the handrail. However, we're going to check its fit and installation on the wall mounting brackets to ensure it's good to go. After marking and drilling the wall bracket holes on the underside of the handrail, I screwed the handrail in place. And as you can see, it looks good and is ready for painting. This is the final result of my wall-mounted handrail with this two-piece mitered connection to the wall. As you can see, its beautiful appearance blends in perfectly with the wall, upper stairs, and stair skirt. This completes this episode where Cody and I showed you how to install a wall-mounted stair handrail with a mitered connection to the wall that is compliant with standard residential building codes.